Hey guys, I'm actually in a hurry this morning, and so I'm just gonna do my makeup and talk while I get ready. And I know this isn't perfect, but you know, one thing that I think I found when it comes to me is that sometimes just keeping a momentum up is better than perfection. So sometimes just keep going, get your routine in, and it might not be perfect, but at least you are getting that momentum going. So this is what I'm doing: an imperfect video, but keeping up my momentum of putting out a video, on average once a day, or just often, whatever that is going to be. Coming in this morning, I came down a street, and the street, I guess, is being repaved or something, and so I guess it's still in the process of having those like white lines and those guiding lines put up on the pavement, on that gravel. You know what I mean? So that dark gravel, putting that like yellow and that white line in between. And it was so interesting. Me included, people were having a hard time driving right on that street, and you take those lines for granted, but boy, I think when those lines aren't there, people are like, oh gosh, where do I drive, where's the lane? And we just had to kind of figure it out. So sorry, I'm not looking at you because I gotta do my makeup. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So I'm not looking at you. And it's just because I got to do my makeup. All right. So anyway, and I just got some sort of email. I'm so distracted. Okay. So anyway, and so I thought, man, that's maybe a good metaphor. So for someone who is going from, for someone to think about, for someone who is going from being an employee to being a business owner. Because one thing that a kind of structured job does for us is to like give us those lanes. When do we work? When do we come in? What's the best time to have lunch? What's the best time to, we're given deadlines, we're given tasks to kind of do. And that really guides our time and what we do. And so when that gets taken away, when you are going towards being a business owner and all those things that you kind of didn't know that you were depending on aren't there, what are you going to do? So the time, I guess, or I'm assuming, is now, while you are an employee, to start thinking about those things. Start thinking about, okay, if these lanes aren't here, how am I going to be driving? What's going to be the best way? How am I going to be maneuvering to get to where I want to go? I'm usually depending on these white lines that are on the street. What happens when they're gone? What is my strategy? I think that's going to be the same thing for transitioning over to being a business. Okay, so now that I am the boss, what do I do at this time? What do I do? How do I set tasks so that how do I set tasks and timelines and deadlines, and how do I have a vision for where my company, business, or whatever is going to go? So I think that's a good thing to decide for yourself before, the kind of cord is cut. So before the cord is cut, before it's full on, I'm full on, this is all I'm doing, you kind of need to be self-disciplined, self-discipline. That's what it kind of comes down to. So I think it's very important for me. I don't know about other people, but I think it's very important for me that I trust myself, and I feel like I have that self-discipline in order to feel confident when I make that shift. So I do feel like, okay, sometimes you're going to be in new waters. So when you're in new waters and you don't kind of know exactly what it is that you're doing, there's probably going to be some insecurity. I feel like having that self-discipline makes me get that confidence that I need. And when you have that confidence, it's easy to kind of keep going. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. And that's what just some lanes without lines kind of inspired in me today. Take care, going off to work. And I am grateful that I have a job, but I am really wanting to persevere and make that transition. So this is exciting, and I'm trying to enjoy the journey along the way. Thank you for coming with me. Bye.